Hi everybody, so I am going into the Week in the Life project. I have been through all of the products and kind of just did an overview trying to think of what I wanted to do, but I wanted to film this so I can kind of get more of a format going. When I first looked into the Week in the Life project, I was honestly going to do just the journal. I did open it, but I put it back in the plastic so it wouldn't get dusty. I was just going to do the journal. And I don't know, the more and more I looked into this project, I was like, I need an album. So I bought an album, and it actually just came in today. So this is the journal. I do love the journal. For me, I am more of like a person who writes. Like, I still have like, physical planner and stuff like that. I do have stuff on my phone, but I'm just more of like, I need to visually see it like on paper. So I was like, this would be fun to keep with me throughout the week and just write in it. But then I was like, I could just do the journal as like my actual documenting. So I actually printed the digital journal, like when you get the digitals, and printed one and then bound it how I just normally bind our homeschool notebooks. And it's obviously not as nice a paper, not as nice a cover, but that was my original plan, so now I'm sitting here with two. But I was like, I'll just go ahead and use this as the journal for notes and things like that. But this is the first time I've ever done a Week in the Life project. I've heard about it before. My mom's talked about it before, and I was like, I need to do that. Like, I'm just at this like really fun point in my life, and I want to remember it. I want to remember it. So I have never done a Week in the Life project ever before. So I was very optimistic about doing it. And then my mom, we did the class together, the storytelling week in the class, and I was like, okay, I am overwhelmed now. But I went in and made notes and things like that, trying to grasp everything that I wanted to capture without feeling like super overwhelmed and stuff. So I think having the album set up is going to help me. Like, my whole goal is to have it accomplished, have it completed. So I want to set it up so I know what I need as far as pictures, whether horizontal or verticals, and which ones I would need to leave a little bit more space for like writing on the journal, on the picture if I wanted to do that, or what space would have for journaling. So we're going to work it out together, because I can be honest, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I watched several videos from several people. I was trying to get their names. That way, if you guys wanted to go look at them, you could. And now I can't find them. Oh, right here. Obviously, I already watched Allie's setup on hers for the 2026. And then the Linda Loves Creating, her 2026, and Deneen Zelinsky. She had both of those I watched. And I thought was just, they had some really cool ideas. So I'm going to jump off of theirs. I just got my album, like I said. It did not come with the sheet protectors, so I already had some of those, so I'm going to be having those to the side. And I did, however, pull all of the product for one day, just to kind of give me a jumping place, so I'm not like sifting through all of the product to try to find it. So this is my crafting tray pan thing. I will say I did get these are from 2025, but they were actually on sale and I thought they were super cute. So I was like, what, I'm just gonna use them. We'll just add them in, because there's no way I can go back and probably do a 2025. Don't have the content for it. So I went in and just kind of divided everything up. These are all of the cards for it, the paper, and then I'm just gonna kind of take from this stack and create a design format, a design template, however you want to label it, and hopefully have some form of what the heck I'm doing. Because now that I'm sitting here talking to you guys, I'm like, skirt, hold on. I saw several ideas. Like, I love this one right here with these on here. Is this the only two? Yeah, I think this is the only two here. Now what I'm going to use this for, I don't know. I know that Allie had talked about putting it in the album just like this in between the two. I'm trying to decide if I want to do that. Somebody I watched, I think it was Linda Loves Creating, she cut hers off and did it like this in the album. And then Allie did hers in a pocket. So what's Ashley going to do? I don't know. I do kind of like this as the beginning, like the beginning of the album. Let me see if I can spread this out like a little bit. So if I have it like this, the colors don't quite match with this, but to be honest, since the colors of the transparency, I can't get it with these stupid nails, since these are off, I was like, you know what, it's all right. Champagne problems, guys, champagne problems. I thought that this would be really cute with the 2x2 pocket, which I don't have ready. Here, but that kind of defeats the purpose of a hero photo. Okay, see, you gotta sometimes just talk this crap out, man. Okay, I'm just gonna put these in here, kind of just as a placeholder, because, okay, my 2x2 is not going in. There we go. Here. And then once I have this format laid out, I am going to write it down and make sure that I get each photo for the day. Like, if I have a plan, I'm pretty good. You know what I mean? Like, I need that plan. I need that structure. I need to know what I'm doing in order to break what I'm doing, if that makes sense. I always, even with my kids, was always like, you know what, I make the rules so I can break the rules. As long as I have a format to always refer to when life gets a little bit crazy, then I'm good. But I have to know the rules. I'm not like always a fly by the seat of my pants person. Maybe I'm not a fly by the seat of my pants person. Maybe I am a super structured person who's just can go with the flow. As long as it, you know, I'm missing a couple more, guys. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find them on this pan here. The sun is starting to shine through. Okay, so, oh, it's on the other side, Ashley. Okay, so these will be full. Now, I'm not, you know, stuck with these being in these specific spots. I just thought it might be cute for that, but I need a hero photo, so that's probably not gonna work. Okay, so why don't I just do a hero photo here in, hold on, I'm touching my keyboard. There's a reason why they call me a hot mess. Okay. Because that's maybe why I like the structure because this might be cute. Okay, maybe we got it here. So if I have it like this, right? And I thought this M would be really cute right here as, I don't know, maybe it won't. Maybe I like it just like that. And then I thought if I had my hero photo in the 10x8, I'm thinking outside of a pocket page protector. I'm just using this as a placeholder. Okay, so if I do this, where can I write? There's no place. Hero photo. Okay. I need to visually see it. Here we go. That's not gonna fit because that's the wrong size, Ashley. That's 8.5 by 11. Actually, that would work. That's okay. I don't want to do holes right now. Is that an inch? That's an inch, guys. I don't know. It's just a placeholder. Okay. What I was thinking, if I can get this in. Okay, there we go. Like this, okay? This would be a little bit shorter because it would be outside the page protector. Like this with the gratitude right off the bat. And I thought about doing, oh my gosh, I cannot get anything with these nails. The M attached right there. So when you flip it, this is leaning up. Okay. There we go. So when you flip it, this would be sewed on just like Allie's was, except it wouldn't be, I wasn't a fan of them so smushed together. I think they're too cute, and I think that they're like too neat to be on display. So this would be my Monday, and then we turn, and this would be a hero photo with gratitude. So I know when I go in my hero photo, the main content would need to be in the rule of thirds on the left with this right here. Okay. So I like that plan. I like that plan a lot. So this would need to be sewn on here, and I don't have my sewing machine out like I should, but I feel like that is like super cute because this would have holes here, so this would line up perfectly here. I should have done this more exact. And my kids stole my ruler, so I don't even know how big that white page is. Okay, I feel like I like that. This would be a hero photo with gratitude right off the bat. I do like to start my day with gratitude, so I think that might work. So I'm just gonna drop these in there, so those have a spot. But then we're left with the back side of this, which would be, I don't know. Because like whatever you do to the front kind of affects the back. Could do just a clear page. I mean a plain page. Again, this would be in the page protector, so not in the page, no, outside the page protector. Huh. And then, okay, I'm gonna move on from that because I don't know what I'm gonna do on that one. Let's move on. Keep on trucking. Okay, so then we have the 2x2s, which is cute, just like they are this. And then we're gonna go into the 4x4s here. 4x4s, which would be page protector. Oh, I could do journaling right here. That's a good thought. Okay, we'll keep that in mind. Not committing yet. Okay, so we've got, what do we have here? What do we got going on here? 4x4s, Ashley. Oh, get it together. Okay, 4x4, 4x6, 4x6. Where's the other 4x4? Okay. Okay, so we've got, I don't know, this one here. And I think picture here. And then blah, 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 blah. I don't know if I want this one here to be one of the videos I watched. She did a peekaboo on this and it was really cute. But she did a peekaboo to journaling. So mine wouldn't be a peekaboo to journaling. It would be, so I'm gonna do this one that way. And then I'm gonna do this one that way. Okay. Good job. Good job, Ashley. We're getting it done. Okay, am I the only person that talks to themselves? I mean, that would be a lot of journaling. I don't know. I could, like, put that on the, that would be, like, a lot more journaling, though. That would need to be pictures to break that up. All right, just keep moving. Just keep moving. Just keep swimming, swimming. Okay. There's that. And then we've got, looking at what product we have left, we've got a couple 4x6s, this 4x10 half circle, this one, that's just, I think, like a cute doodie daddy, a doodaddy thingy. Okay, and then those. All right, and then what else? What else do we got going on here? That's a 4x4. I'm looking at pockets, guys. These are all 4x4s. Look at my process. Talking to myself. Okay, so the only other one that we haven't used other than a 4x, oh, there's this one, which houses the long one. But I'm thinking maybe we need a 4x6. Let me get that out here. Not a 4x6, a 4x4. These are, it's like funny because like they're hard to store because they're so slippery that I end up keeping them in the the pockets to try to. Okay, there's this one, and we could do. Let's do this one here, and then when we turn the page, we'll do the film strip backwards. There we go. Film strip backwards like that. And then we could do another. I was thinking about doing the weather on this one. I thought this one was really cute for the weather, whether it's like a screenshot picture or something. I thought that one was really cute to do with that one. And then I have this. I could sew that on like that. That would be kind of cute. There. Let me think. Because I thought somebody said this was really cute to do for your food, like 1, 2, 3, which I think is really cute. Here's the problem for me. I fast a lot. I am not like an avid eater. So I don't always eat 3 meals a day. So sometimes that would be like, to be honest, it would be like water, coffee, and then food. Or, you know, but it's cute. Or you could even do it like maybe certain pictures throughout the day. Like I kind of like this idea where we do like a morning picture. Maybe it's the sunlight or outside. The evening would be really pretty because we have this beautiful sunset every night. That would be cute. And then like maybe I take a picture at like 2 o'clock every single day. Like, what am I doing right now? Although I'd have to be careful because it doesn't leave much room for the photo because those are so big. But I do think that's kind of cute. And then let's see, I just need to figure out where I want to. I'm trying to think what would work best for my life. You know, and then I have to obviously make sure it leads into the next day. Whatever, you know, I do leads into the next day. So I don't want that. That's not gonna work. Okay. I am a person who I want to use all of the product. I don't buy with the intent of like not using, because that is the point. And my goal is to use all of the product. I'm still liking this. I think I keep coming back to this with the journaling part here and this right there. I'm leaning towards that. I want to cut a paper that's 10 by 8 because that's making me a little closer. Maybe I'll come back and do that. Okay, so I'm thinking this. And then like maybe whatever I'm writing, obviously morning, it doesn't have to correlate. It's just part of it. It's the whole point. Oh, okay. This. Okay. So then if we've got the 2 by 2 here, okay, and then we've got this, and somebody else I watched did a series picture. So like, which I thought was really cute. She did like maybe a series photo of like her cooking dinner, I think was what she was saying she was gonna use. And I was like, that's really cute. Like that would probably be really cute for like homeschool for me, which is gonna be really different this week. My son is getting ready to have surgery, and so he's got kind of a lot of tests to gear up for that. So like Monday is like a very light day, and then Friday is the last day, but we're going to be taking them to a field trip to end the final year. So it might look a little bit different, but I thought a series because sometimes it's just like heads down kind of working, but that would be a a really cool way to highlight a homeschool week without like making it a bunch of big homeschool photos. I don't know, that was kind of my thought. And then somebody I thought was really cute on this one, the high and their low for the day, which is something that I already journal about every day. I just, again, a highlight, you know. Okay, and then if we turn this, right, and then I like the idea of having the breakfast and lunch and dinner because I want to see what I eat throughout the day, because obviously what I eat now is way different than what it was even just like a few years ago. Okay. Okay. So I could leave this like this. I'm trying to think. Oh my gosh. Let me see if I calculate photos, right? So we have the hero photo on the back, journaling, because I already journal a lot of this stuff. Like, people are like doing numbers. I'm like, yeah, I track numbers like almost every day. Like, I track everything that I do in a timeline every single day. My high and my low, I track every movie I've watched throughout the year. I track every TV show I watched in my, like, I call it a planner, but it's not really a planner. It's really honestly like a journal of just literally everyday life tidbits. But this is just really highlighting one part of that week, where I want to do a lot more journaling through not like necessarily the eyes of like what the photo is actually showing, but the layers of the photos, of the layers of the story, I should say. Kind of like Allie had talked about in the class. So like this right here is literally my life as the photo is coming out, like what we're doing, event driven, I guess is what I'm saying. And so like I want to put this into the layered stories, you know, through those lenses, is my goal. So I kind of like the journaling here with this kind of glued on, with a morning currently, which I think would be really cute on these to have them time stamped photos. Okay, then we go into here. You're talking one, it's a lot of photos in the day. And I really contemplated, do I want journaling on each photo? And I really thought, you know what? No, I really want it just in kind of one thing. I'm not saying I wouldn't, you know, type a little bit something on a photo, but I really want kind of just like the overview of the journaling in one space. Yeah, I kind of decided that. Okay, so highs and lows, series photos, weather. I know this is going to be weather. I was looking through some of my notes to see what are some of the repeated story lenses that I wanted to do. Oh, the news. Yeah, that was one. The news. So I need to figure out where I want to put some of these. Series photos. Here, and then like if this is turned, this would be a great photo here, like maybe an outfit of the day photo. Oh, can't see, I'm sorry guys, you can't see. Outfit of the day photo here, and then more photos, and then this could be journaling. Okay, kind of got it down. I'm gonna go off camera and finalize some of this. and see kind of what I've got going on. And then maybe I'll have more of a better layout. But that was kind of this is my other thought too, is putting this here, right? Kind of break up some of the photos, and then this would be 2 photos or 2 something. But then that's more photos. I don't want to like bombard myself, you know what I mean? Like too much, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to like overwhelm myself. This is my first time doing this project, so like I said, I don't know what I'm getting myself into, guys. Don't know what I'm getting myself into. Maybe I'll just do it like I don't know if I like that. With like these here and this one there, right? It would be a very different way to put that. I'm trying to see how it lays out. Okay, I've got a kind of an idea. All right, like I said, I'm gonna go off camera and try to finalize some of this, and then I'll come back and give you a full overview of what I'm doing, and maybe hopefully have a better understanding of photo journaling, what's going here, what's going there, and then do the rest of the week. Okay. Okay, so currently what I'm doing is, before I went on to this, I'm gonna write out my lenses that I want to capture. There's been several different things. So I kind of already have it laid out a little bit. So real life is Monday, Tuesday is savoring, Wednesday is I want to remember, Thursday is telling the story via time. Friday will be I'm thankful for. Saturday will be like Saturdays are for. And then Sunday will be I had Sunday, I thought I did. Oh, today today we, you. Okay. The repeated lens I was looking for, and this will kind of help me place the photos, which will help me know where I'm journaling and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. It would be our homeschool life. The gratitude, which I like that on the hero photo. It kind of just like sets the tone, you know what I mean? Okay, I am trying, food, food, even though we gotta include the food, the foodie pictures. I love the ing words. Let me get my book because I want to see the ing words. And I saw this, and I don't know if this is actually true or not. If you actually used it or not, but I remember seeing somewhere, Allie just like literally took a picture of her ing words and put it in there. And then, what was her name? I have it. Deneen, she had created an ing list to put in there. So if I can get my hands on that list, I will do that list because it was so freaking cute. She used the plastic numbers at the top, and then the day that she was on was a bigger font than the rest of the week, and it was literally all day. So if I can get my hands on that, I will be using that. But if I can't, then I don't know. I haven't gotten that far, guys. So ing words, which would be worrying, playing, struggling, dreaming, cleaning. Just don't and say I did. Okay, listening, loving, watching, eating, driving. Okay, so just different ing words. Okay, there's that. And then there was a mood check. Somebody did a mood check, and I can't remember who it was. I don't know where I heard that from, and I thought it was really cool. I'm gonna just list it, mood check, but I'm gonna put a question mark at it. Like, I'm pretty much like a happy person all the time, but I kind of like mood check because we have a lot going. It's just funny that this week falls, like this project falls in my next week, because it's like, it's just a big week. So mood card, let me just try to see what else I can go through in my list here. Oh, in the news, that was another one. The news and the weather. Now, somebody else did I think it was Allie had mentioned facts and feelings, and I kind of feel like that would be good here. Facts and feelings, like the facts around us. Like, obviously, you know, you may not have a great day or whatever, but you could still be feeling like super grateful or super thankful, or you can even tie it into what your daily lens is. Like, here's the facts, like my day was, you know, total crap and nothing worked out and the kids are screaming and the house is a mess, but but the feeling would be, I want to remember XYZ, you know, like, I really think I'm leaning more towards that on the 1-2 card. I don't know. I like the high and the low, but again, that's probably more like, again, more event driven. Like, the high of my day was doing XYZ. The low of my day was doing XYZ. But if I'm wanting to come at it from the story aspect, then I'm thinking that the fact and feeling would be better for this. You know what? I make a decision. Make a decision and go with it. Fact and feeling. Okay, let me get out my son's, no, I was like, my son stole my Post-its. He is super bad for taking all of my Post-its. All right, fact and feeling. We're just gonna do it. You know what? Sometimes you just gotta make the decision. Stop, you know, going around it. There you go. Done. She's labeled. Okay, and then the one, actually, let me check here for my list. Okay, plates of food. That's food. Rides in the car. Oh, at my desk. Okay, so inside the fridge is a one-time lens that I want to get. Like, I kind of like that because it just captures moments. But do I need a daily picture of the inside of my fridge? No, probably not. Probably not. Inside my closet, that would be a one-time lens. Like, I don't need multiples of that. Inside Travis and I share an extremely small closet. So, a selfie, that would be good. That would be like a selfie, either a selfie or outfit of the day. A selfie. I feel like that could be 2 for me, to be honest with you. Let's just add it. Selfie of the day, and then an outfit of the day. Out of the day. Is that how you spell that? Oh, okay. Selfie. All right. Okay, so all the cups on the counter, that is specifically for my life. If you are a family member of mine, then you know what I'm referring to, which I need that, but I don't want it every day of that. my family has like multiple cups. Like I myself will have like, I have all of these Stanleys, and literally like I will have, this is my water one, and then I have the 20 ounce, which is my coffee one, and then I will literally have I have the tall can one, which will be like my tea, and then I have the short can one, which would be like my carbonated water, and that's just myself. And then you have my husband, who usually has 4. Oh, and then if we stop at like a Starbucks or a 151, we'll have that additional coffee that's not even in a matching Stanley. It'll just be on the counter. So I want to get that because it's just our life. Okay, so I got the cups on the counter, and I know this is already listed out, but I want to divide it. I already got news. Okay, so the vitamins I take, I really wanted to get that as a one-time. Oh, I can't even spell. Vitamins I take. Okay, great. Outfit of the day, got that. Oh, phone conversations. That was something I wanted to do as a repeated lens. Phone. Like, just pick a phone conversation. It doesn't have to be any specific one. Oh, in my handbag. That was another one I wanted to do. Handbag, purse, bog bag, whatever the case may be. What I'm reading, that would be one. And it's just making sure that I get all of these. Listening to, that would definitely be under like an ing word. I could do that or listen, like repeated. That's not how you spell that. Listening to, oh, mood check. See, I wrote it down. Mood check. Maybe I should do it, guys. Okay. And then I have the weather. Okay. I think that these are cool. Your home spaces. So like my bedroom. Oh shoot. My bedroom. My bathroom. My desk. Things like that. The kids' room, I think, would be, which is really funny, you guys, because we are literally in the process of redoing their room. So currently they're actually camped out on our couches right now. And I did shove all of their crap back in their room because I was like, I'm done. Like, when we get to your room, we'll pull it back out and complete it, but they don't even have beds in there right now. There are a couple bookcases that are half built. And then like all of their toys are in the boxes, so it literally looks like we're moving. So that's gonna be a funny story to tell for sure. I thought, I don't know how I want to do by the numbers, because I don't think I really want that daily. I think one would be sufficient, but I don't know like what numbers I want to capture, if that makes sense. Oh, did I get my desk? I did get my desk. And rides in the car, that would be, I'm not in the car a lot. I'm home a lot of the time, so I'm not. I don't know, I'm just gonna put it here. Like, I know we'll be in the car a lot on Monday and Friday, so maybe, I want to say one time, it could just be like a check lens. Make sure you get it at least once. Okay. Receipts. I think receipts are great. Like, I actually hope to go grocery shopping during this time, because our food bill now is so much different than it was even just a couple years ago, because my boys are almost teenagers now. So what they consume now, a lot more. Okay. Let me see. questions and answers. I like that one. I just, like, what questions would I do? Okay, so let me finish this and then I will come back to you guys and hopefully have this done. Okay, I have finally got a grip on myself. I took all of the notes here and I made sense. Made sense of it all. So this is my chain. If you see this, that's my chain on my phone. I made sense of it all. So what I did is I went in and put the cards in. Okay, this looks like a lot, but I went in and I put the cards in. I had kind of done that with you earlier, and then I started getting confused because I'm like, okay, how do I know which photos to take vertical, which photos to take horizontally, and then what spaces I have extra to do, you know, the maybe just like the one-time lens of something. So I'm gonna go through that with you, but this is kind of what I've got going on. All right, so this is gonna be the opening page. I'm gonna have a family photo right here, and then this will be a 10 by 8. I think I'm gonna do in the page protector, and then I'm gonna just have, like, depending on the photo, have that in the corner or something like that. Okay, so put that in there. And then we go to the back of that. I'm gonna do this digitally. So I'm gonna have a picture individually of each of us and then my reason why. And then I'm just gonna use this card here. I think it just fits because there's only 4 of us. And then down below, I'm gonna have like the age, favorites, hobbies, likes, dislikes for the boys, the grade that they're in. So that kind of gives an overview of our family, which I love having photos of us because you change, you know, like the boys have grown so much just in the last year, so it's good to see that. Okay, so I went ahead and sewed this on. So this is my Monday, okay, and I'm just gonna repeat this with every day of the week. And then I have my hero photo with the gratitude, which I kind of already explained. I'm gonna kind of do like this, so when it's closed it's gonna be like that. So the photo I'm gonna take is gonna be more in the rule of thirds. It's gonna be behind these right here. Okay, and this is going to, I think, gonna be in a page protector. Unless I need it to be smaller, then I'll take it out. Okay. Oh, let me put that back in here. Okay, so then I've got my, keep having to move this, daily journaling here. Okay, which I am going to be doing. And I didn't write that part down. I should probably write that down on my little sheets. I've got the daily lenses already kind of picked out for that, so I know how to go about my journaling. So I'm going to write that down on these because I'm going to put these inside my journal that I'm probably going to take with me places because I will forget. Okay, and then gonna do journaling. Obviously typed it up, and then I've got these little guys. Let me get them out here. Okay, come on, come on. Okay, so journaling, cute, right? But I'm gonna put this guy right in here, and I'm just gonna do this. Like currently, right? Something in the morning, maybe like the first thing I do in the morning is I refill my water and do electrolytes. I don't do coffee in the morning anymore. Now, if you met me 5 years ago, it'd be all about the coffee. And then in the evening, okay? So that's gonna be like that with little just pictures that kind of, you know, kind of can correspond with the journaling. All right, so I'm gonna put that back in here. Okay. And then I have the 2x2s. So I'm like gonna make this for like the ing words. Which, like I said, if I can get a hold of that thing that she made, Deneen Zelensky's ing list, I will either put that in the front here or in the back. So you look through the pictures and then it corresponds with the list. I'm really hoping I can get my hands on that one. And then I just stuck the flower in there. I thought it was kind of cute, little peekaboo. Okay, and then we have this page here. Okay, so these 2 pictures will be homeschool. If I don't fill this up, that's okay. I think I might do what I think Denise did, where she did like a little peekaboo. So if I only have 3, pictures of the kids working, that's fine. I'll just do that and then leave a peekaboo, and then kind of the main photo of like what we're doing that day, and then use this little tag like right here on the photo strip. I just thought that was really cute. Okay, and then the fact and feeling. Okay, the facts of my day, but the feeling of the day. And then on this one, and it's hard to see because it's white on white, but see this little frame, right? So I was gonna use it like this to highlight a photo and then add journaling if I need to. If not, I can just do a 4x6 and call it a day. Okay. And then I've got, so anything that doesn't have a post note is gonna be an open slot, okay? Sorry, my dogs, if you hear them. Okay. This is gonna be a daily selfie. And I put mood check on here, but I wanted to change it to, and I'm just gonna do that right now because I'm gonna forget if I don't. Not a mood check, but one word to describe my day. And I'm thinking, okay. I'm thinking what I'm gonna do when you're looking at this card is, just make this note here. Okay, just put it in there for reference. Okay, I was thinking let me get the other cards. So like if you see here, right, like this spot, I may do in my creative writing the word and then the writing below. The only problem would be like the black ink on this. It probably wouldn't stick out, but it's like champagne problems, probably. So that's what I was thinking on that one. And then we go to this side. And then we go to this side, and I'm gonna use this for the weather. I think I'm just gonna do a screenshot in my weather app. I think it would just be cute on this one. And then my coffee of the day, because I always have a coffee of some sort, whether it's something that I make from home, whether it's something I purchase from either Starbucks here, or my favorite place in Texas is 151, which I just took a sip of my coffee. It's so good. Okay, so then a 4x6 photo of my dinner, because if you remember me earlier, I fast a lot and sometimes I don't eat. If I do end up eating and I take a picture of that, I'm just gonna put it as a 2x2 in here. Okay, nothing super fancy. Okay, I did cut off the 3 rings and sewed this on here. Okay, at first I was like, oh, maybe I'm not gonna sew it on. I'll sew it on once I have my picture cut and it all lines up perfectly. And I was like, you know what, scratch that. Completed is better than not. So we are on the road to getting it completed. That is my goal. So I sewed that on, called it a day. And then over here, I'm gonna do outfit of the day. So I will probably have it, like oh, it's coming undone. My sewing abilities are not what they used to be. I haven't sewn in probably close to like 6 years. So I probably will still pull this in and just kind of butt it up here and then fill this out. So I'll pull this in and flip it in Photoshop to get that little tabby. Okay, and then here I've got a phone conversation. So y'all, I don't have like a lot of friends, so like phone conversation for me would probably be from either my mother or my husband. But I think it's cute. And then the daily news, there's an app that you can get for the daily news, whether it's local or worldwide, national, whatever. So I'm gonna do that there, and I'm gonna do whatever news strikes my fancy, you know. I remember as a kid, like my dad watching Chuck Norris, so that was like a big deal when he just recently passed away. So like that would be national news. I'd put that in here. But then like I just saw something about Texas news and if something about homeschooling, and I was like, that would be cool to put in there. Okay, moving on. This is an extra. This is how I'm gonna leave it. If I end up having more that I want to put in on my day, okay, I am going to do it this way. Okay, so I've got this in here, and I've got these. Don't know how they're going to be on. Okay, come on. It's really cute when you see it all together. Okay, I've got like these here. Okay, and then I cut this and kind of made a filler. Okay, if I need more, I remove the filler. Not hard. Now this could be like when I go through my list, maybe it's something I just want to journal and it's not a picture. Totally could do that, and I'll just do it in Photoshop and then slide it in. Okay, now if I get to it and I'm like, I don't have anything for those filler spots, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this card out, hole punch it right here, and make it like just like that, and call it a day. Okay, that is my plan on that one. Okay, and I went ahead and cut them, so then I have it. All right, and then so this will be filler, and you'll see in my notes when I explain it. Okay, so this is gonna be the final page. These are gonna be extra pictures that maybe I couldn't fit in. If I don't fill them all, then I don't fill them all. That's fine. And then I'm gonna do like a letter to myself or to my kids, or just maybe even like a letter about my life or something. I don't know. And then either this here or like here. One of the two. It's hard to see because of that glare. I know, but so it'd be like that. So that is my plan for the album. Now, got that kind of down, but I went ahead and divided up all of my doodads. So these are, remember, these are the circles from last year. So I don't know if I'm going to use those. I didn't have a spot for them. So once I end up putting all of the little doodads in, right, this is what becomes the leftovers right there. Okay, but then it's still divided up into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then just extras in general. Okay, and if you want to know where I got this at Target. It's actually made for food, and I was like, skirt. That's coming upstairs with me. Now, is it like, if I shook this, would they probably all mix up? Yeah. So don't shake it. But it's a nice little way to keep things semi-organized until it's time to actually use these. And then when I come to my desk, I can literally just take out the one and be done. Okay. Then I'm going to show you my... Okay, so if you heard that loud noise in my last clip, that is because the smoke detector downstairs was going off, but it wasn't like a smoke alarm, like where it was like beeping. It was a long, continuous, high-pitched beep, which I have both of my AirPods in, and I heard it, but it was like not as distinct as like when you don't have them in. And so it took me a second to like, okay, hold on, something's going on. So we had to call the fire department out, and they had to actually take that particular smoke detector down. It wasn't carbon monoxide. My husband overflowed the sink, and it went down into the light and down to our first floor. and it flooded the smoke detector. So it's been a very interesting day. I'm not quite sure where I left off. This you can get at Target, I think is where I left off. I only have Mondays in here, so that's why this one's almost empty. So then when I do Monday and actually label it, I'll just pull out these little things, and then that's what I have for that are Monday specific. And then this is what I have for that is just for extras for the photos. And then I left these in here instead of putting them in the rest of the days because I don't know which ones I'll use on which day. I put 2 on Monday just to remind me to use them, but that is it for that. So going on to how I have it organized for the photos. So I have been making a ton of notes. If you guys have saw them the first part where I came back this morning, this is kind of a chart for me to go off of for photos and for journaling. I kind of ran out of room here down at the bottom. But when I go along in my album, okay, this should line up. Okay, so this is going to be a family photo at the beginning of the month, the week, and then obviously individuals. So I will have to get that. I think I might do that tomorrow and go ahead and get them on Sunday, just so I have them ready to go, and then I can go ahead and make the digitals of this. Okay, and then so we have the hero photo. So right here I put rule of thirds with an H for horizontal, and then I can check it off that I have it. My plan is, like Ali had said, to take a picture of a post-it note each day so you know the separation between Monday's photos from Tuesdays and stuff like that. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take a picture of this here, and then I'll make my notes in here and then make sure that I'm taking my pictures. And if there's any journaling that I need, I have that's specifically just to journaling is right here. So obviously the 3 things of gratitude, right? So like make sure I get those. The daily journaling, make sure I get that. The fact and feeling, make sure I get that. And then obviously keeping them in here. I don't care if they're typed up. I just want to write them down in that moment. And when I say in that moment, I mean on that day. I don't want to have to go back and do the journaling. I want to know that feeling in the moment. And then so when you go along with the rest of this album here, let me show you. It correlates, and I'm losing stuff here. It does correlate. So there's the hero photo, and then I have these right here in the season. So I just put morning, currently, and evening. They do not have a specific thing. So that's where I'm going to talk to you more about this later. And then I'm going to use the 2x2s for the INGs, just different ING photos. And again, it's going to correlate to this, and I will show you how that's going to work. And then we have like these 2 things will be homeschool photos. So I have the main one as a 4x4, and then I have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as this strip here. But I know going into this that I don't have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I get 3, I would be happy, and I would just leave the peekaboo windows and be done with that. And then like this one's empty. So if you notice, the ones that are labeled are on this sheet right here. And then I have the fact and feeling card, so that's down here. So I know that I need to go back in my journal and write the fact and feeling of that day. Okay, so then I'm going to like write on them in nicer handwriting when I go to do my journal. I will keep it in here during, but when I actually go to do the project, I'm going to write it on here. Okay, and then when we go over here, to keep this in the screen here. So here's the selfie, 4x4. I know that. This is part of the journaling. This is the 1 word a day. So I'm gonna need to make sure that I get that in my notebook thing. And then so on and so forth. So we got the weather, right? Weather has to be vertical. Coffee of the day has to be vertical. Dinner has to be horizontal. Okay, and then again, Outfit of the day has to be vertical. Okay. Phone combo has to be vertical. The news has to be vertical. But that way I can have a checklist that I can go in and go, okay, I know I got that photo. So there's several things in here that I know that I can start in the morning. You know what I mean? Like I can get the weather in the morning. I can get the news in the morning. And then the selfies I will probably do throughout the day. Just kind of get a wide range of myself. Maybe one waking up in the morning and then one, I don't know, midday or whatever. Okay, so that's all of the ones that I know that I want to get. Then I'm going to pull in this. This is the one where, like, this is not going to be every day, okay? There are a few things that I do want to, like, highlight. Like, my kids are absolutely love Forrest Frank. I love Forrest Frank myself. And we love, like, the new song that he just dropped about Jesus is Alive. And it's, like, how fun would that be to put the lyrics of that favorite song in there? So maybe I'm going to do, like, when I look at my empty spots, okay? So like if I'm gonna go, okay, this is an empty spot right here, okay? And I'm gonna do, so we always listen to Forrest Frank when we start our homeschool, like the morning portion of our homeschool, just on our TV, watching his music videos. So maybe I do like, I'm not on screen here, the lyrics on this empty one right here, right? On, I don't know, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, right? So I'm going to go over here and go, okay, this is the back of page 6, which is, I know is this one. So I'm going to write E on the lyrics for either Tuesday or Wednesday, whichever one I want to, you know, do them on. That way I know, okay, I know that I need the Forrest Frank song on that day, and it correlates. So any open slot that doesn't have a post-it note is going to be on this list. So like the currently, that's why I said they're not like defined photos. It's whatever I want. So whatever's going on in the AM. Maybe I'm reading in the morning. I don't ever read in the morning, but maybe I'm reading in the morning. And so, you know, A1 will be, you know, on Tuesday, and then A1 by around the house will be on Saturday or something, you know what I mean? So it's able to correlate, and if I don't fill them out, I don't fill them out. I mean, this was extra. If you remember, these 3 were extra, because there were some things I was like, oh, that would be really fun just to write about, which I think is like what is beautiful in my life, and now and then that would just be really fun to like just write in. Do I need a picture? Sure, I can use a picture. Do I have to? No. But that way it kind of all correlates with the open slots. So like I know that the INGs, right, there's roughly 17 or 18 of them. So like literally I could do any of this in there, or the actual list of like all of the INGs: driving, reading, writing, seeing, whatever it goes. Okay, so there's roughly 18 of them. So I could have like B on here, like, you know, 17 times in one day. So could they overlap? Sure. Am I gonna do the vitamins multiple times in a week? No. I don't need to know what vitamins I take multiple times a day, unless you've got multiples. I don't. I take the same thing every day. So that's how I'm gonna work it. I think it kind of leaves it open, but it still gives me a lot of structure to follow, because I need that structure. And then I forgot, on the back of here, I'm going to write the different daily lenses, just so I don't have to carry this chunk of paper around. I'm just going to write my daily lenses. So it just kind of gets me thinking and gets me in that frame when I am doing it, because some journaling I will do it as the day goes. I kind of like that, that really flowy, just like where it's not the end of the day. It's like I'm going to going here, you know, Onyx made a funny noise and we all laughed, or something stupid, you know, just kind of in that moment. So, and then I'm just gonna take these with me with my, because like I said, I've got a really busy week next week. So it's just gonna literally slide in, and that's my thing right there. So that's kind of how I'm doing it. I hope that gave you some really good ideas and really good organization to make sure that you get all of the pictures that you want to get for your stage of life. I have a busy one. I literally was told by a person in Hobby Lobby, she goes, I am too old for your life. And I was like, sometimes I feel like I'm too old for my life too. Because it's just, you know, I'm in a chaotic, crazy, but totally fun season in my life. And so if I don't set myself up for success, I'm afraid I won't do it. So this way, at least it gives me a plan. Can I deviate? Yeah, totally. I totally can. But at the end of the day, I have something to fall back on. So I'm pretty proud of this, and I hope it gave you some good ideas, and I wish you all the luck in your week in the life, and I will come back when I have mine all done with a flip through. Bye guys.